Got to look after
and
Jason.
tissue that covers that heel. So it's the same sort of thing with this calcaneus and this treatment that Darcy's doing. Is it might feel like it's just on the bone, but there's so much going on, or so much tissue covering that heel.
Yeah, just had to hydrate your skin there, Jason. A bit dry down
bit dry,
there,
was it? Sorry, Darcy.
No, that's all right. Looks better now with a little bit of coconut oil. G'day guys, Darcy and Jace here for another YouTube video. Today we're focusing on the heel, other words known as the calcaneus bone. So your heel bone and the muscles surrounding that area, our calves, our extensors, all these little guys in here, and how runners or people that are overstriding can cause too much impact or too much force through that bone and have discomfort in their muscles and that surrounding area. So come and have a little look at here, Leo.
I'll hold it for you,
yeah, thanks, Jace. All right, look at all these. We can see all these little guys in here, our plantar fascia muscles, our extensor hallucis, and how that can cause pain in the heel here. So we're going to focus actually on this area, the side of the heel. Look at this here, the bottom of the heel pain, how these little obscure muscles that are deeper than the plantar fascia down there.
So much more muscles in the foot than just your plantar fascia. A lot of people think it's just plantar fascia, but yeah, there's like 4 layers of muscle and tissue and tendons and ligaments in the foot. So yeah, so much more going on.
So what I like to do is get Jay's sideline. We're going to focus on this heel, okay? And then what I like to do is just wax up my palm and then just put some pressure off here. So think of, as you're running, how much force you're putting through the bottom of your heel if you're heel striking. So when we overstride with our gait and our walking, we're putting a lot of force, whatever you weigh, you're putting through the bottom of your foot. So when you're running, you want to land, it's called our foot tripod, you want to land evenly underneath the bottom of your heel. We want to have the bottom of the heel, the side, and then have a nice bit of toe off. And our foot is like a spring. It should land gracefully without having too much force through there. So when we've got a lot of force, we end up with...
Hello, Patreonos!
Patreonos!
Check out our latest Patreon releases.
What is there? Come on, show your legs!
Please, my turn.
No pole dancing for you. I'm going. Alright, grab them.
To join, click the link in the description.
Compression, and compression goes through the whole of our body, so into our knees and into our hips. But what I like to do, I started treating this the other day on myself, was just getting into the side of my calcaneus here, below my ankle, my medial malleoli, and just start to decompress this area and get a little bit of joint mobilization through there. And it actually felt my Achilles, my calf, my bottom of my arch felt really good from it. Jason's had some foot stuff going on. Was it this foot or?
Oh no, I want to say it was the left.
It was the left. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'm just going to show you and demonstrate the style of treatment that you need and how we can decompress this area just to focus on alleviating some pain, alleviating discomfort, and allowing you to run further without the soreness. So yeah, just think, how can we offload this joint and make this bone that's in here, this thick cube, like circular bone, how we can make it longer, how we can decompress it, how we can hydrate and open it up. Thanks, Jace. So yeah, I've gone in there, I'm using my palm, I'm opening that up, feels really good. And then what I like to do is get a thumb right into the bottom. So yeah, I've got like the bottom of our Achilles, we've got our tibialis posterior tendon that runs through there, all of these muscles and tendons that run through the bottom of this ankle.
Oh yeah, feels good.
Feels good, doesn't it? And just separating that joint and getting a little bit of hydration through there. We've obviously got a lot of fascia that covers this area as well, but it's mostly the tendinous tissues that we're focusing on.
It's a bit like the sacrum in the, obviously, up in the sacrum. Like people think it's just straight on the bone, but there's so much fascia and tissue that covers that heel. So it's the same sort of thing with this calcaneus and this treatment that Darcy's doing. Is it might feel like it's just on the bone, but there's so much going on, or so much tissue covering that heel.
Yeah, just had to hydrate your skin there, Jason. A bit dry down there,
dry,
mate.
was it? Sorry, Darcy.
No, that's all right. Looks better now with a little bit of coconut oil and beeswax. There we go. So I'm using my thumb to like thoroughly work through the tendons and the fascia, and like I can feel really solid bits in there, and I like to just like double thumb that and pin and hold it, and I'm sure he's getting some referral pain.
Yeah, a little bit going into the arch.
Yep. So yeah, we end up with things like heel spurs, plantar fasciitis, all these types of things when this calcaneus becomes immobilized, when it starts to not move the way it should, right? We need movement in our joints as much as we do in our muscles. And when they become stagnant and stuck and I guess
restricted.
Blocked, like the word is blocked. When it's blocked, our joints they start to compensate, and we end up with irritation and pain and discomfort in other areas of our body because this joint isn't moving the way it should. You know, the joints aren't articulating and moving freely. The synovial fluid in there dehydrates, becomes really rigid, and yeah, we end up with pain. So this is hydrating this area, this is mobilizing this area. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
So much in there, yeah.
Yeah, and look, we do a lot of barefoot stuff, so we're not perfect. Not everybody can land perfectly on that foot tripod that we spoke about earlier, and have that perfect gait. We do sometimes land hard on our heels, especially Jace, who's playing sport all the time, doing lots of running. But until you figure out how to change your running pattern, which is a really hard thing to do because it's an instinct, it's something that's natural for us unless you get a coach and learn how to do that. Until then, you want to get in here and unblock and create flow and just get all these rejuvenated cell blood flow and circulation through this area. It's just going to hydrate this tissue and make it feel really good, and it'll have flow-on effects. It'll be this snowballing effect of the calf feeling good, as well as the foot feeling good, as well as the tib post tendon feeling good, and everything through this medial part of the ankle. How's it feeling, Jay?
It's good, yeah. It's eased up through there now. Yeah, definitely not as tender, but yeah, I was surprised how blocked it does feel around that calcaneus.
You wait till the aftermath. As I said, this was just something I was sitting on the couch, I was sitting there and I was just pushing into my own foot for 3 or 4 minutes. I went, oh God, the relief that I felt. I was like, I've got to do a video on that. I've got to show someone else what can be done. So I'm tracing that bone all the way around. Think of it, oh sorry, I've headbutted the camera. The circle like that, we're tracing that in and around through there, offloading that tendon, that Achilles pain that sometimes people feel. That sheath becomes,
inflamed and aggravated.
Yeah, we feel these growths on them. Yeah, little growth, little calcium build up and spurs in there as well. Nice. Good one. There we go. So another stroke that I like to do. So we've got that is coming over here, bend the knee. Leo, you come around the other side. Yep. And we just get that off. And what I'm doing is I'm going to grab this here and I'm just going to see how much movement we can get. That's really good. And just get a little bit of movement through the Achilles. Feels really good. And then I want to end range as well. And just, we're getting a bit of a squeak in the bone, but just getting a full lock off that foot, close that foot, and just immobilize that calcaneus. How's it feel?
Feels good, yeah. It feels good to get moved.
Yeah.
I guess, a lot of people don't get that ankle mobilization, and for people that might have stiffness through their ankles, a lot of people have limited range of motion in their ankles, so this sort of stuff just feels so good. It just feels like it's opening up spaces that you might not have had movement through before.
Yep.
There's a lot more in the ankle to just dorsi and plantar flexion, and having this calcaneus move, it's not massive movement, but just having the freedom to have that movement through this area can unlock so much more range in the ankle.
Yep. So another one is locking off that Achilles. So the Achilles isn't going to be moving now. It's just that bone. So really end range stuff. And it might not look like much, but I'm just using my palm and getting that end range move. So a few different movements that you can do and just getting that done there. So using my other hand as well, just getting some movement, some change to that tissue structure down there. Really good. And then what I like to finish with is coming over here, Leo, from the bottom is tracing this whole arch. So we go here, and I'll trace, again, think of it as being a perfect little circle, that heel, and then tracing that down and around. So here we have our deeper layers of tissue that attach onto the bottom of the heel, and we're hitting all those tendons, all the white stuff. Yeah, nice. Good one. There it is. So you've got foot pain, heel pain, arch pain, you're a runner and you don't even realize how much relief and a release of this area can help you in a positive way. Start to push into it yourself. Go and see a practitioner. Get on a ball, release this area, mobilize it yourself. Push your own thumb in there. Get on a foam roller. The foam roller might not do it. You're going to have to use your own thumb.
Oh, get on the rolling pin. If you've got a rolling pin sitting around the house, sit that on the floor, step on it, or push it in there even. If you don't want to use your own thumb, something that's got a rounded end, you can push and hold pressure.
Yep. And I'll show you using the other foot. If you came over here, Leo, so this is the other foot. Going to have to hydrate that a little bit. You can do the same thing from the other side, okay? But for the sake of the video, we're not going to go too deep into that, but you can do the same thing from the other side. So if we were to flip Jason over, we'd do the same thing and just get some movement in there. Yeah, you can mobilize that as well. See how much that joint moves. Look at that foot moving really good. This one moves pretty well. And then, yeah, again, just getting into that fascia. Oh, it's a bit hot there. I don't mind holding those little spots. Bit of a sharp nerve-like feeling. We just sort of want that to subside and go away. And just clean it out. Clearing a channel, getting blood flow through there. Really good. So deep tissue work, remember, it doesn't have to be focused on our main muscle groups. You can go into joints and tendons and start to clear away build up and debris, calcified tissue, dehydrated fascia, and just work that area and see how much of an improvement you get. So that's it for you guys that are running, overstriding, landing hard on your heels. You've got heel pain, you've got plantar fasciitis, you've got continuous calf strains or sprains in your ankles. Come in, book in with one of these practitioners here at MMT. We'll sort you out. We'll get the job done. See you next time.
Bye.